Hello and welcome to this new project on how to crack wireless networks. The wireless networks are accessible to anyone within the router's transmission radius. This makes them vulnerable to attacks. Hotspots are available in public places such as airports, restaurants, parks, etc. In this course, I will introduce you to different techniques used to exploit weaknesses in wireless networks. So these methods will be effective against the different types of Wi-Fi routers, that is WEP, WPA and WPA2. So what are the requirements? The basic requirement will be the pen testing Linux distro such as Kali Linux or Parrot OS. You should install it on your desktop or on your laptop. You should have a basic knowledge of Linux. You should have a basic knowledge of ethical hacking. The hardware required would be an external Wi-Fi adapter capable of packet injection such as Alpha card, Panda USB, Relic card or TP-Link card. I have given links to this in the course description. Who is target audience? Anyone who want to learn how to crack Wi-Fi, anyone who is interested in wireless pen testing, anyone who is willing to audit wireless networks at their home or office. So the curriculum is session 1 would be the cracking of WEP Wi-Fi network. You will learn in this session how you can crack a WEP Wi-Fi network using AirCrackNG suite. Session 2 would be getting resources for cracking WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi. So in this session, I will show you how you can get dictionary and word list files. And in the second video, I will show you how you can get rainbow tables. And the session 3 would be creating a custom dictionary word list and rainbow tables for cracking of WP and WPA2 Wi-Fi. So we'll create a custom dictionary using Crunch, and then we'll create a rainbow tables using GenPMK tool. Session 4 will be the collecting of four-way handshake from WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi, and we'll analyze it in the second part. Session 5 would be the cracking of WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi using word list or dictionary and rainbow tables. In this, I will show you how you can use a dictionary file with the AirCrackNG suite, and then we will use a dictionary file with the Cowpathy tool to crack the WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi. And then I will introduce how you can use rainbow tables processed using AeroLibNG and AirCrackNG. And then I will show you how you can use rainbow tables and Cowpathy tool. Session 6 would be the cracking of WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi using Evil Twin attack. So for this we will use AirJordan framework. So I will show you how you can install AirJordan framework on your Kali Linux system. And then I will show you how you can set up an Evil Twin to get pre-shared key of WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi. And then in session 7, I will show you how you can crack the WPS pin of WPA, WPA2 or WEP Wi-Fi network. So in this, I will show you how you can use brute forcing to crack the WPS pin. And then I will show you how you can use custom pin association. And then I will show you how you can use pixie dust attack to get the WPS pin of WPA or WPA2 Wi-Fi. So I hope you like this project, and I hope you learn something new in this project. So let's get started. Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be showing you how to hack a WEP Wi-Fi. WEP Wi-Fi, which is also called as Wired Equivalent Policy Wi-Fi Network, is the weakest of all Wi-Fi networks. Hence, it takes only an hour or less to hack it. For this, you will need a pen testing Linux distro such as Kali Linux or Parrot OS. I will be using Kali Linux. Next thing you will need is an external Wi-Fi adapter capable of packet injection such as Alpha card or card from TP-Link. So let me open a terminal. Just drag it to the top left corner. So we will check whether our Wi-Fi card is detected by the Kali Linux. Since I am using VirtualBox, so go in the devices and check USB and select your Wi-Fi card. Now type iwconfig. If you get WLAN0, then your card is dated. Since I'm not getting, so let's check by typing ifconfig, and my card is dated as WLAN0, so you can start the attack. So we'll open a new terminal. Just take it to the right corner. So we'll type airmon to start the monitor mode. Airmon start and the name of the Wi-Fi adapter WLAN0. So as you can see, the physical address is PHY2, interface is WLAN0, and driver is RT2800 USB. So you can see monitor mode is enabled on WLAN0. Name is changed to WLAN0 mon. Okay, so we'll start the arrow dump ng. So we'll type arrow dump ng in the name of the adapter WLAN0 mon. Press enter. As you can see, CH1, so it is on channel 1. Name of the BSS ID is the MAC address, and the ESS ID is the name of the access point. It is iBot. So we'll stop it and we'll type again arrow dump ng, the name of the channel -C1 and then space dash BSS ID, the MAC address of the access point. We'll paste it here, and then a WLAN0 mon. But before that, we'll include -w for the packet capture file. So the name of the packet capture file will be dump wep and WLAN0 mon and press enter. So now arrow dump has started, and as you can see, there are two clients right now connected to the access point. Data via 7 beacons are increasing. So there is one more client that is connected to the access point. I'm highlighting it, and it is getting frames around 1269 right now. So we'll open a new terminal, air replay ng -3. -3 is the type of attack. So we are doing ARP packet injection. Type will be -3 and -p is for the BSS ID. So we'll copy and paste the BSS ID of the access point. And then the monitor mode Wi-Fi adapter. So WLAN0 mon. So waiting for beacon frame. One more thing, if you get an error like the access point is on another channel and your Wi-Fi adapter is on another channel, then what you need to do is, while starting the attack, in arrow dump ng you have to specify the channel, so -c and then the channel name. That's why I have done the arrow dump ng with the -c command. So right now our terminal is flooded with the packets. Okay, so why we are using airplay ng? So the reason behind is to speed things up. Like when we will inject the network with our packets, we will obtain ARP packets. These packets will fill up the data column of our arrow dump ng capture, and data is what will help us obtain the password. As soon as we have 10,000 data packets, we can start attempting to get the password using aircrack ng. Now, to make the access point pay attention to injected packets, you either have to be a connected client or have to pretend to be one. You can either mask your MAC address to one of the already connected clients or use the fake authentication feature. But we will use ARP request replay method, since ARP packets are your best bet at getting a lot of IVs or data. So without IVs, you can't hack a network. So the air replay command which we have put earlier will listen to the access point for ARP packets and inject them as soon as they find one. This will create a lot of data very fast. This is the real speeding step. So now we will have to wait for some time till it gets an ARP request. As soon as it gets one, the terminal will sort of explode and the data packets will start filling in with god speed. Now this is the part where an active user on the network is absolutely necessary. After some time we have enough packets to crack almost any network. So we have enough packets, so we will try to crack it with the hacker Kenji. So open a new terminal. And type aircrackng space the name of the file. In my case, it will be dump wep-01.cap. Press enter. So right now it says it requires 5000 IPs. Wait for some time and try again. You can try to crack the key using the capture file in between 10 to 15 minutes. So I will try to use AirCrackNG again. So it has not succeeded yet. Okay, so this time I can just crack the WEP key. So as you can see in the square brackets, there is a WEP key in numbers. So it is 83 colon 23 colon 31 colon 12 colon 91. So when you are going to type it as into a password, you have to remove the colons and type it as a number. So let me do that. So we'll turn on the Wi-Fi and we'll connect the iBot with the password and press enter. As you can see, we are successfully connected to the WP Wi-Fi network iBot. We finally have cracked it. So this is how you crack a WP Wi-Fi network. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Hello guys, in this session you will learn about getting resources on WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi cracking. So we will download word list and dictionary files which contain passwords for the cracking of WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi. So let's start. So this is one GitHub repository. Don't worry about the website links. I will include them in the course files in the txt format. So this is the version 2 of a password list. So this guy has included all the word list which are there on the internet, and so there are three files. So first is analysis files. So let's again get inside it, and as you can see, analysis file these are mainly consist of the rules for the hashcat. Hashcat is a program you can use to crack the password hashes. So we'll learn about that in the later sessions. So as you can see, this includes all the rules to create passwords, like take a password as a input, and the rule set will generate output like capital password, and then password containing digits like P455W0RD and like TROWSSAP. So these are different patterns for creating word list or dictionary. So this depends on the different rule set. So this folder will include all the different rules. Let me open a rule. So as you can see, this is all the rules including. Don't worry about it. Let's get back. Password word list. Okay, here we have dictionary style. So dictionary style will contain all the passwords which are present and are in the form like English words. Okay, so these are technical and default word list like default domains, default usernames, default password, TLD listing. So there are two three files here. Main English dictionary on prop.wl.txt. So this will include all the English word in lowercase letter. You can also see the size like 13.9 MB uncompressed, and when it is compressed it will be a maximum 4.3 MB. So multilingual dictionary. So this will include all the 17 million words from different languages like Cyrillic, Chinese, Latin based characters. So this is the file size. It will contain non-ASCII characters also, and there is a miscellaneous word list. So this will include all the topical word lists such as dogs, beverages, geographical location. It depends on the normal people what they use in the password. So there's one more bin encyclopedia. So this will include all the. So this is a very large encyclopedic alphabetical sorted word list. So Alphabetical sorted means it will start from A and it will end with Z. So it is sorted with the alphabetical characters in mind. So it's very big, like 2 GB uncompressed. And you can use, if you're on Windows, you can use 7-zip to unarchive it. And if you're on Mac, you can use KK. And if you're on Linux, you can use command line or P7-zip. Okay, I will show you technical and default. So actually this repository will contain the links to the different, you can say, is the username default.txt. These are default usernames taken from all over the world, from the leaked passwords, etc. People use admin or administrator, ADMN, ADSL, like that. There is 1576 lines. So 1576 different words as a default usernames. And let's get back. So there is username, password, default, like that. And get back and we'll go in dictionary. In dictionary style dev 2. There are two files. So this is actually a torrent file. If you open it, download, there is the third file which will include real passwords. If you get inside it, there is real password to torrents. You can just download it and start import it into the torrent, BitTorrent or any torrent like. There is a WPA length of 204,000 WPA probable V2 list. So if you read the README, so there are the real WPA length passwords, and you can see the lines in this folder are all 8 to 40 characters long. So if you see WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi password, so they include more than 8 to 40 characters. So this is format used by the modern routers. Okay, so in this session I will teach you how to get rainbow tables from different websites. So let's get started. Okay, so this is our first website, securitydatabase.com. So they have a lot of rainbow tables differentiated using the SSID or router names. So as you can see, all the tables are SSID specific and use a 49 million WPA optimized password dictionary file. So that is a lot of passwords. Yeah. Each table will be of size 1.9 GB. These are auto-run files. You can download them. And since WPA and WPA2 passwords hashes are created using pvkdf2 function, which means that the SSID names are used as a salt in conjunction with the passphrase. That's why we have to use SSID along with the passphrase to create the hashes or PMKs and to validate with the checksum. The list is quite big. You can see the D-Link. There are 3 types of D-Link. This is the second website, securityonline.info. So they have good range of rainbow tables. So they are saying like the SSID D-Link rainbow tables will not work with the links is SSID rainbow tables because SSIDs are used as a salt. So the hashes will be different for different SSIDs rainbow tables. Here you can see, let me copy one link. So I will copy from Apple Network. Open a new tab and I will paste it. So you can see Apple Network is 106 MB. So this is quite small file, so we can download and use it also for input tables cracking. And this is the third website. This is a renderlab.net website, and it has 33 GB rainbow tables, 7 GB rainbow tables as a form of tarball, and the SSID list is there, 7 GB password list is there, which is a dictionary file. 33 GB password list is there. 7 GB password list will contain 172 million passwords, and the rainbow table will be containing 172 million passwords into 1000 SSIDs. And 33 GB will contain 1 million passwords and into 1000 SSIDs. You can also order them. I will give all the website links in the course files, so don't worry about it. So in this session, I will be teaching you how to generate hash tables or pre-computational hash tables using GenPMK. So GenPMK is a tool which is included in the Cowpathy tool suite. This tool will come in handy when there is no client connected to the access point and you still want to generate hashes. So you can do that without the need of a four-way handshake, and this just requires the ESSID or the name of the Wi-Fi router which you want to target. So let's open a terminal and type npmk -h. So this will be in the help screen. So as you can see, it's a WPA-PSK pre-shared key pre-computation attack tool, and there are some arguments. So I will name them. -f is to specify the dictionary file which you want to use, and then -d is the output hash file. So you can give the path to the output hash file where you want to save it, and then -s for the network SSID or the Wi-Fi router name which you want to target. So that's all. Let's clear it. Now type genpmk -f to specify the location of the dictionary file. In my case, it's in downloads directory inside dictionary directory. So I'm using rocku.txt. This dictionary file consists around 14 million passwords, and then -s for the Wi-Fi router name, and in my case it is d-link, and then -d to specify the location where you want to save the hash file. In my case, I'm saving it on desktop, so I will place root desktop and the name of the file genpmk. So you press enter, so it will start. And now you can see it is getting all the keys and converting them into hashes and saving it in the genpmk file. So let it run. We open our system monitor. Let me show you the CPU usage. As you can see, CPU is at 100%. I'm using a VirtualBox, so you can see that. Depending on your machine specs, this might be faster because CPU is very much important in this case. When we will reach 100,000 keys, I will stop the process. I will press Ctrl C and this will stop the process. Passwords are normally stored in one-way hashes. When a password is created, The user types the password in what is called plain text, since it is in plain unhashed form. However, after a password is made, the computer stores a one-way hash of the password that changes it. Hashes are made to be one-way, which means algorithmic reversal is impossible. This means we have to crack those hashes. Normally, when you crack a password hash, your computer computes a word, generates the hash, then compares to see if there is a match. If there is, the password is correct. If not, it will keep guessing. Rainbow tables work on the principle of a time memory trade-off. This means that hashes are pre-generated by a computer and stored in a large rainbow table file with all of the hashes and words that correspond to them. This method works especially well for people with slow processor, since you don't have to compute much. Rainbow cracking can greatly reduce the amount of time it takes to crack a password hash. Plus, you can keep the tables so you only have to generate it once. In a nutshell, a rainbow table is just a compact representation of a table of pre-computed hash values. During the construction of the rainbow table, many possible inputs are tried and hashed. Each input which has been encountered during the table construction will be successfully attacked with that table and none other. The hash evaluation concentrates most of the table building cost. So basically, the cost of building a rainbow table which can invert n number of passwords is roughly equivalent to the cost of trying those n passwords through the hash function. The point of the rainbow table is being that you build it once and then you can use it to break several passwords. One more important fact is that you can use cloud computing server providers like Amazon EC2, Google Cloud Platform to compute these hashes. So today everybody with a credit card can go to the aws.amazon.com and spool up 100 handful of EC2 spot instances for less than $100. Somewhat like the airlines, Amazon has a differentiated pricing. If you need a specific EC2 server with guaranteed availability, pricing is higher. For example, you can get a high CPU large instance with 8 virtual CPU cores for 0.68 USD per hour. If you are willing to buy the same instances as excess supply permits in the off hours, then you can get it with 40% 50% rebate. Creating rainbow tables can be done in parallel with a linear performance increase, that is, with 100 computers working it is 100 times faster than a single computer. And Amazon doesn't charge you per instance, it charges per instance hour. Thus, running 1000 servers for 1 hour costs the same as one server for 1000 hours. The parallel nature of rainbow table creation, taken together with services like Amazon EC2, Google Cloud Platform, means that there is no how long does it take question anymore. There is a how much are you willing to pay to get it fast versus paying less and getting it in few days. The difference in cost and time mainly comes from Amazon's price differentiation between regular EC2 instances versus the cheaper spot instances. As you can see, 101,547 passwords were tested in 296.64 seconds at a rate of 342.32 passwords per second. So here you can see JNPNG file is there. Okay, so just to check how much time it will take to parse through the entire dictionary, I will just open a calculator. So here is our calculator, and the total number of passwords in the RockU dictionary is like 14 million. So we'll divide it by the number of passwords passed in a second. So the total number of passwords and the 342.32 passwords passed in the second. So we'll get 41,903 seconds. So this much time will be required to calculate all the hashes from the dictionary. If you want to convert them into minutes, we'll get 698 minutes. We'll divide by 60, we'll get 11 hours. 11 hours 63 minutes. Okay, so in this session I'm going to teach you how to create a personalized word list or dictionary file using grunge. So as you can see, by typing grunge in the screen, you get this page and how to do the usage of it. So you can see you can create wonderful word list using this crunch tool, and the usage is first type crunch and then minimum number of characters you want to create and maximum number of characters you want to create. I want to create, for example, 2 minimum and 2 maximum characters, character length of passwords. So as you can see, it is created from AA to ZZ, 676 lines of word list or dictionary. So like that we can create for 8 characters, 8 characters as minimum to 63 characters as maximum. So type crunch and then 8, and then maximum character also 8, and then you can press enter, otherwise type crunch and then 8 for minimum, 8 for maximum, then type 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So these are all the hexadecimal characters which we'll use while creating the word list. I will press Ctrl C to end it. So you can see it has started from 000000000, I guess, and it will end with F F F F F F F F. So it starts from 0000000, and ends with all F. So it's around 36 GB for all the hexadecimal characters, 8 character length password. So I will clear it. And now I will type crunch space 8 as minimum characters, 8 as maximum characters, and then we'll use only A, B, C, and then special characters. If you want to use special characters, then you have to escape it by backwards slash backslash. So place backslash in front of all the special characters. You can see it will create a word list of 369 MB something. So you can see I will clear it, and then we'll type crunch. Now we'll just go in the directory user share and then crunch and press enter. So here you can see there is one file which is called as charset and .lst, which is a character set. So we'll open that using cat. So type cat charset.lst, and you will get the different short codes we can use for defining the patterns. If you want to use hexadecimal lower, you can use hex dash lower, and it will mean that you want to include all the digits and A, B, C, D, E, F in lowercase letters. So it's likewise you can use hex dash upper for hexadecimal characters with upper case letters, and then numeric. Numeric is for all the digits. Numeric space is for all the digits with blank space in the end. Symbols 14, which means all the 14 symbols included.
And symbols 14 dash space means all the symbols and then space at the end. Likewise, you can include symbols dash all and symbols dash all dash space. And then we have uppercase alpha means all the letters in alphabet, all the alphabets in uppercase in the alpha space. So these are all uppercase letters. So you can use uppercase letters with space, with numeric, with space, with symbols, with space, alphabetical characters with numeric and all. So same way you can use lowercase letters. L alpha space, L alpha, numeric, L alpha, numeric space, symbol 14 space, all 14. Likewise, you can use for mix alpha to include all the uppercase and lowercase letter. Same way, you can use it with the symbols mix alpha, then numeric mix alpha, and then symbols and space. If you want to include all the things like mix alpha dash numeric dash all dash space, so this will include all uppercase, lowercase letters, digits, special symbols, space, etc. There is also character support for Swedish characters. You can include uppercase Swedish characters and then lowercase Swedish characters. Same way is for mix alpha characters. So upper Swedish character will be three special characters that are Swedish. You can use. Same way you can use for case, and then same way you can use for mix alpha, mix case. So mix alpha dash SV means Swedish characters with mix alpha. This includes the three special characters that are Swedish in lowercase and uppercase. We'll go up. We'll take a look at mix alpha dash numeric dash symbol 14. So we'll open a new tab. We will type crunch in space 4 minimum characters and 4 maximum characters. And then mix dash alpha or mix alpha. So we'll type crunch 8 and then 8, and then dash F, and then dash root dash user dash share. Oops. So it should be dash slash user slash share slash crunch slash char set totality. So dash F is to specify the character set file, and then we type mix alpha. So you can see it will create 437 TB terabytes of data, which will include all uppercase, lowercase characters, alphabet characters, and then all the digits, and then special symbols in space, with all known possible permutations with 8 character length passwords. So this is a huge amount of data. Crunch will also give you an idea of how many lines it will create. So you can say it's in trillions, I guess. So we clear it and then we will type crunch 4 4. Minimum character length is 4, maximum character length is 4. Dash F to specify the character set. And then user share crunch and character set totality. Space yellow alpha, so dash numeric, press and then dash O to output the file slash root slash desktop slash word list crunch word list, okay, crunch underscore word list and then dot txt. So press enter to create 8 MB file. So it is created, which will include 1,679,616. So cd, so 2 in the root directory, cd desktop, and then press enter. ls list of files. And we'll open the file as get crunch word list. So you can see it includes all lowercase letter with digits. And the main crunch. So this will open the manual for the crunch. And here we will get all the information about crunch 2 and get 2 in detail. So that's the description and then the options. The dash p number specify the size of the output file. So if you dash o at the start in capital letters, then you can create 20 individual small files out of a big word list. So if you want to create a 60 MB word list, then you can specify as dash b 20 MIB, it is megabytes. It will create 4 files of 20 megabytes each. So this way you can distribute the load, and your CPU also may not be able to handle so much pressure, so it's better you distribute the work and to specify that if you want to use on the basis of 1000, you can use KB, MB, GB. If you want to use on the basis of factors of 1024, then you can use KIB, MIB, and CIB. So I will close the set.lst and clear the screen, and then now I'll tap crunch 4 space 4 dash b. I'll make it as 5 and 5 minimum maximum characters dash b 20 MIP. So these are based on the factors of 2024. You can see MI is B is for 20 megabits. And then dash O and tap start in the capital letters. press enter. So you can see it will create 67 MB of file size, 100% complete generating the output. So it will contain 11 million lines of passwords. You can see it has created 4 files. The starting word and the ending word in that particular file. So that's all, guys. I hope you learn to crunch. And if you have any more doubts, you can refer manual for the more information.
Okay, so welcome to this new session. So in this session, we will learn how to capture a four-way handshake from a WPA or WPA to Wi-Fi router. So let's get started. So let's open a terminal and type ifconfig. So this command will let us know the different adapters that are connected to Kali Linux. So as you can see, the WLAN0 adapter is detected by the Kali Linux. We'll clear it. We'll now type ng check kill. This command will check and kill all the processes that might affect our monitor mode in the later processes. So it will take some time, just 3-4 seconds. Okay, so it has killed these processes: WPA supplicant and DH client. Now type ng space start and then space WLAN0. So it will start the monitor mode on our WLAN0 interface, and the name of the interface will change from WLAN0 to WLAN0 mon, which means monitor mode. So now clear it, and we will type arrow dump ng space the name of the Wi-Fi adapter, that is WLAN0 mon. So arrow dump ng has started the process of monitoring the network. So we have D-Link and the encryption is WPA, and this is the MAC address of the access point, which is highlighted, and it's on channel 1. So we'll stop it with Ctrl Z, and then let's check if I am connected to the Wi-Fi network. No, I'm not. So we'll type arrow dump ng space -c for the channel, and it will be channel 1 as D-Link is on channel 1, and then the -w is the option for location of our captured network file. So I want to store this in the root directory, so I will just type the name of the file. In your case, you can specify the location to which you want to have that file be saved. So I will name the file as WPA D-Link and then space --bssid. So bssid is the MAC address of the access point. Just copy it and then paste it. And the name of the adapter, that is WLAN0 mon. Press enter, and it will start the monitor mode on channel 1. As soon as any client connects to the access point D-Link, it will capture the four-way handshake. So we'll wait for some time till any client is connected to the access point. So as you can see, one client has connected. In the top right corner, you can see the WPA handshake. So this tells us that four-way handshake is captured by the arrow dump ng, and you can see the elapsed time and then the date, etc. We'll press Ctrl Z and we'll clear it. Okay, so in the earlier session, I have shown you how to capture a four-way handshake passively, which means that we have to wait for the client to connect to the access point, and then we will capture the four-way handshake. But in this session, I'll be showing you how to capture a four-way handshake actively by deauthenticating a connected client and make them to connect to the access point again so that we can capture the four-way handshake. So let's get started. So I will type iwconfig, and as you can see my card is in monitor mode. So now type arrow dump ng and then space dash dash right and the name of the capture file which we want to save. I will name it as wpa2 new.cap and then space dash c. This is for the channel and I will name it as 1 and then wlen01. So as you can see the arrow dump process is capturing the network traffic on channel 1, and you can see there is one client connected to the access point. So what I will do now is deauthenticate it using arrayplayng. So type arrayplayng space dash dash deauth space 1 and then dash a. So dash a is the access point's MAC address, so I will just copy it and then paste it, and then dash d to specify the destination or the client. So copy the MAC address of the client and paste it, and then wlen01 which is the network adapter. So it has sent the deauth packet to the client. One more thing, the dash dash deauth and then 1 is to specify that we want to send one packet of deauthentication. So you can see WPA handshake is captured as the client reconnected to the access point. So now I will type Wireshark and then ampersand and then press enter. So this will open the Wireshark network analyzer. Press OK and then we'll open the four-way handshake. So go in and search for the cap file. So yeah, I got it as WPA2 new cap. Okay, so you can see here you can add a filter. So to see the four-way handshake, the four-way handshake is actually done using a protocol called as EAPOL. So I will type EAPOL. So this is a filter and then press enter and this will show you the four-way handshake. So it consists of 4 messages. All the messages are sent as EAPOL keyframes. The first message is actually the access point sends a nonce value, that is a nonce, to the STA together with a key replay counter, which is a number that is used to match each pair of messages sent and discard replayed messages. The STA now has all the attributes to construct a PTK. The PTK is the pairwise transient key. The second message is sent by the STA as its own nonce value as nonce to the access point, together with a message integrity code which is called as MIC, including authentication, which is really a message authentication and integrity code MAIC, and the key replay counter, which will be the same as message 1 to allow the access point to match the right message 1. The third message is actually the access point verifies message 2 by checking MIC, RSN, anons, and key replay counter field, and if valid, constructs and sends the GTK with another MIC. GTK is the group temporal key. The STA In the fourth message, verifies the message 3 by checking MIC and key replay counter field, and if valid, sends a confirmation to the access point. So this is how the four-way handshake is done in the WPA and WPA2 routers. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to crack a WPA or WPA2 router passphrase or password using dictionary or word list file and aircrack-ng. So let's get started. Let me open a terminal and we'll type r1ng check kill, and then r1ng start wlan0 to start the monitor mode on our external Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, then I will just drag it to the right corner and we'll type arrow dump ng and in space the name of the monitor mode, that is WLAN0 mode, and you can see there is one router. The name of the router is Digisol. It is WPA2 encrypted and it's on channel 1. So we'll wait for some time. As soon as we get a client connected to the access point, we'll get a four-way handshake. So right now there are two clients connected to the access point. We'll open a new window and we will de-authenticate them so that we can capture a four-way handshake. So type, let me stop the process, and we'll now type arrow dump engine -c, first channel as 1, and then -w to write a network capture file, and the name of the file I will give it as wpa2.cap, and then --bssid. I will copy and paste the MAC address of the access point, and then the name of the adapter, that is WLAN0 mode. So like right now we are listening on Digisol router, and I will start the authentication attack. We will type replay ng -0 and then space 0 and then -a, the MAC address of the access point, and then the monitor mode address, so WLAN0 mode. So we have to put it as -0. -0 specifies that we are using the deauthentication attack, and then the 0 as an argument specifies that we want to deauthenticate all the clients connected to the access point. So it is now sending the deauth packets to the access point, and we can see that we have captured a WPA handshake successfully. So I will just stop it or Control C, and then I will clear the terminal. I will start the process of cracking using aircrack-ng. So type aircrack-ng -w to specify the, let me close this window first. aircrackng-w, and then the dictionary file which you want to use. So I will give the path to the dictionary which I want to use, and it is rocky.txt, and then space the name of the capture file. So wpa2.cap -01.cap. Let me just check. Yes, I'm correct. So wpa2.cap -01.cap, and then press enter, and you can see the key is found by the expansive tool. So key is go to hell. Since this is very kind of weak password and it was there in the word list or dictionary, we were able to crack it in just 2-4 seconds. So architecture is a CPU intensive tool. So I hope you have a decent generation of CPU. Let me show you how many number of password it will require for a 8 characters length passwords. So I will use Python for that. Just type Python, and then it will open the Python interpreter. Now we'll calculate the number of characters in the password. So 26 will be lowercase letter, plus 26 will be uppercase letters, and then plus 9 numbers, and then 1 0. So the total is 62. If you want to create a password list of 8 characters with lowercase and uppercase letters and then digits, then we have to use this much amount of keys. Okay, so in this session, I'll be teaching you how to crack a WPA or WPA2 Wi-Fi password using Arrowly-Benji and aircrackng with the use of rainbow tables. So let's get started. Let me open a terminal and Arrowly-Benji dash help. This will bring the help screen of the tool, and you can see the usage is first we have to give it as Arrowly-Benji, and then the database name, and then the operation and the options. So different operations are, we can get the stats, we can execute a specified SQL statement to the database, and then we can clean using dash clean command, and if you put all, it will compress the file size, and dash batch will start batch processing of all combination of ESS IDs and passwords, and dash verify will verify a set of randomly chosen PM keys. If all is given, all invalid PM keys will be deleted. And for the importing of the ESS ID, we have to specify it as dash import, and then ESS ID, or if you want to import password, then PASSWD, and then space the name of the file. And if you want to import Kaupati file, just dash import Kaupati in the file name. Same way you can do it for exporting the Kaupati file. Okay, so we'll start that tag. So we'll type Arrowly-Benji space the name of the database we want to create. I will name it as Rainbow Aircrack DB.
and then dash dash import passwd, that is for password, and then the path to the dictionary. So I will give the path as a root, and then downloads, and then dictionary, and then proq.txt, and then press enter. So it will now read all the lines from the dictionary, and it will input them in the database. So we'll wait till it gets completed. Okay, so it is done. You can see. Now we'll create the file for SSID. So type nano and then space where we want to save the SSID file. So I will put it on the desktop. So slash root slash desktop slash SSID file. And press enter. So it will open on Nano editor. Now type the name of your target access point. So in my case, I will name it as D-Link because I want to target this router. And then you can press Ctrl X and then Y to save the changes. We'll open the file browser. Let me go into the downloads, and here is a file. So this file contains all top 1000 SSID names or Wi-Fi router names. So you can import this file if you want. I will upload it on my Google Drive and share the links in the course files. I will open the file here in Nano editor. So type nano and then the file name. And you can see there are around 1009 lines of SSID names. These are the common Wi-Fi router names like D-Link, then Linksys. Sometimes to set up a Wi-Fi as a guest, so it is there. DEFCON, Airport Network, HP. Okay, we'll close it with Ctrl X. Now I will import the SSID. So type arrowlibng, the name of the database, that is Rainbow Aircraft DB, and then dash dash import SSID, and then I will drag and drop the SSID file from the desktop. So it will copy the location, and then I will press enter. So this has imported the SSID file content into the database, and now we will process it. So type arrowlibng, then the database name Rainbow Aircraft DB, and then dash dash batch. So this will process all the SSIDs and passwords from the dictionaries. and it will combine them and create the hashes or PM key for the attack. So this will speed up the process of cracking the WPA or WPA2 router very much. So you can see it has computed around 5000 PM keys in 14 seconds. 14 seconds. So we'll compute around 100,000 PM keys. So we'll wait till it get completed. You can compute if you want the whole database. If you want to compute the whole dictionary with the society, you can wait for that. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will close it after I reach 100,000 PM keys. So this is a purely CPU intensive tool. So I will show you. I'll open the system monitor and you can see the CPU is capped at 100%. If you go in the processes tab, you can see that AeroLibNG is using around 90%, 87% of CPU. So AeroLibNG is an aircrack NG suite tool designed to store and manage ASSID and password lists, compute their pairwise master keys or PM keys, and use them in WPA or WPA2 cracking. And this program uses the lightweight SQL3 database as the storage mechanism, which is available on most platforms. So the WPA or WPA2 cracking involves calculating the pairwise master key from which the private transient key PTK is derived. Using the PTK, we can compute the frame message identity code, which is MIC, for a given packet and will potentially find the MIC to be identical to the packets. Thus, the PTK was correct, therefore, the PMK was correct as well. Calculating the PMK is very slow since it uses the PVKDF2 algorithm, yet the PMK is always the same for a given ESSID and password combination. This allows us to pre-compute the PMK for given combinations and speed up the cracking process on the WPA and WPA2 handshake. Tests have shown that using this technique in aircrack NG can check more than 50,000 passwords per second using pre-computed PMK tables. Computing the PMK is still required, yet we can pre-compute it for later and/or shared use. Use distributed machines to generate the PMK and use their values elsewhere. So I will stop it since we have reached around 120 100 PMKs. So you can see it has created it. Now we'll clear it and we'll type aircrack ng and then -r to specify the database name. So in my case it is Rainbow Aircrack DB, and then the name of the capture file. So I will just drag and drop from the desktop to the command line. So it will copy the path and then press enter. So you can see it has computed 12300 keys per second. So this is very much faster since we have pre-computed the keys or PM keys. We can see the keys found, which is roadster 123. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to crack WPA or WPA2 password using dictionary ethic. So in this tutorial, we will use Kaupati for that, and let's get started. So type Kaupati and then dash F to specify the dictionary we want to use. So I will use rocku.txt. Just give the path to the dictionary file and then space dash R and then drag and drop the capture file into the command line so that it can copy the path directly, and then the name of the VSS ID. So type dash S and then the name of VSS ID, that is dealing in my case. So it will collect all the password from the dictionary and it will compute the hashes or PMKs, and we will check with the captured file. If it matches the PMKs it generates from the passwords, then it will show it as it has recovered the password from the dictionary, provided the dictionary should contain the correct password. So we will wait till it gets completed. Dictionary attack can take a lot of time depending on the length of passwords. So you might have to wait in hours or days or months or maybe a lifetime. So you can see it has cracked the password. It has found the password. So the password or pre-shared key is roaster123. And just to give a comparison, it has pasted around 35,000 passphrases in 75 seconds with a rate of 466 passphrases per second. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to crack WPA or WPA2 Wi-Fi password using rainbow tables and Kaupati too. So let's get started. So type Kaupati dash D to specify the location to where the rainbow table is located. So I will just drag and drop my genpmk file from the desktop to the terminal. Then dash R to specify the network packet capture file, which is a four-way handshake. So I will just drag and drop the capture file from the desktop to the screen, and then dash S to specify the name of the router or target access point we are using. So the name is D-Link and then press enter. So as you can see, which in just 0.18 seconds, it has cracked the password and it is roadster 123. So at the rate of 198,756 passphrases per second. So that's a very vast number. So let's clear it. And now let me just calculate how much time it will take to pass through whole dictionary like rocky.dictionary. Let me open a calculator. Applications, huge activities over here, and then CALC. Okay, press enter, and then total number of passwords in Docu is now 14,134,000 divided by the passages per second, which is 198 something, 190,000. So it will crack in 72 seconds the whole dictionary. So this is the real power of rainbow tables for the WPA and WPA2 cracking.
Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to install RJDon framework to exploit the WPS vulnerabilities and other different techniques. So let's get started. Since our external adapter is already on monitor mode, I will now open the GitHub repository of the RJDon framework. So I will give the link in the description. Just copy the clone URL and then type in the terminal that git clone and the clone URL, and then press enter. So it will now clone the repository RJDon. Now get in the directory. So change directory cd RJDon and then type bash rjdon.sh. So this will start the RJDon framework and this will install it on your Kali Linux. So press enter. So some known compatible distros with this script are Arch, Backbox, Arch, CentOS, Cyborg, Kali Linux, Kali ARM, etc. Just press enter. It will check essential tools and we don't have better cap. Okay, so we'll press enter. Before that, we will install the better cap. So open a new terminal window and type apt install better cap. Press enter. So this will install the better cap, which is an optional tool actually. Okay, so it is now installed. The triggers are processed. Now we'll press enter. So it will check for internet access looking for a newer version. Since we already have the newer version, I think it will skip this check. Okay, so enter. So it will now ask which interface we want to work with. So we'll choose double N0 mode. So type 2 and then press enter. We'll get all the options which are in this framework. So we can do
like DOS attacks, handshake tools, and offline WPA, WP decryption, evil twin, etc.
Also WPS and WEP attacks. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how an evil twin attack can steal Wi-Fi passwords by kicking a user off their trusted network while creating a nearly identical fake one. This forces the victim to connect to the fake network and supply the Wi-Fi password to regain the internet access. So let's get started. So type iwconfig. Since my Wi-Fi card is not connected, I will connect to the virtual box. And now let me check it again. So double 0 is detected. So I will start rmon check kill. We'll wait for some time. Okay. So now we'll tap rmon start double 0. So for this attack, we will use a framework called as rjedon. We will type cd and then rjedon, and now we will type ls to list all the different files in the folder. So as we can see, there is a file rjedon.sh. So we'll type bash bash and then rjedon.sh. So this will launch the rjedon framework. As you can see, we have to press enter, and it will list all the services or tools which it requires. So all are installed. So now we'll press enter. Again press enter, and now we'll select 2 as double 0 Wi-Fi card, and here you can see there are a lot of options. We are interested in evil twin attack, so we'll select 7. So I just started Aerodump Pro ng in the background just to check different routers which are present on the network. Now there are different attacks, as you can see. The 5th one is without sniffing. So SSL strip is a tool which we can use to strip down the SSL certificate. Like website is HTTPS, then we can make it as HTTP. We'll select evil twin access point attack with captive portal. So it requires monitor mode, and captive portal means it will create a rogue access point. So we will make the client connect to the fake access point. As they connect to the access point, we will show them the admin screen to enter the admin credential and the password. So as soon as they enter the password, we will get it on our screen. So we'll type 9 and press enter. So again press enter. So I will stop my arrow dump process in the background. We'll clear it. Okay, so we press again enter. So this will explore the targets on our Wi-Fi. The Algedon will provide us with a target screen. So you can select the target. We'll select one as D-Link is our target. And you can see there are 3 options here. We can use DAuth or disassociation, MDK3 attack, or DAuth air replay attack, or the last one which involves confusion attack. So we will use DAuth air replay attack. So type 2 and press enter. So it will ask you for the enabling of DOS pursuit mode. So DOS pursuit mode is actually denial of service pursuit mode. So what will happen is that this will create and send denial of service packet. So the client on genuine network not get any internet connectivity, so he will try to connect to the fake access point. So for this another Wi-Fi interface is required. So right now we are only using one Wi-Fi adapter. So we will type capital N. So we'll press enter and it will ask you about are you going to use the interface with internet access method. So instead of internet access I will just fake the DNS using DNS spoof. So I will type capital N, start the attack, press enter, and you can see it will ask for the confirmation as do you want to spoof your MAC address during this attack. So it is now asking whether we have already captured handshake file. So I have, so I will type Y and press enter. So now we have to type the path to the file. So let me list. So there are a lot of files in my root directory. So I think I had captured a handshake of D-Link in wpa D-Link -02.cap. So I will type it here. I'll just copy it from there. Control Shift C and then Control Shift V to paste it. Then press enter. So as you can see, it has checked and has set the BSSID, the MAC address as from the capture file location where we want to store the file, which will contain the password which we have captured from the captive portal. So I would just press enter. It will ask you which language you want to choose. I will choose English. Type 1. There are 11 languages, and we'll press again enter. This is just a warning to tell you that it will open many windows. There is one window which is popped up, and you can see it has created an access point for us, the fake access point or a built win. There are 5 more windows as you can see. One is DHCP, so this is for DHCP request. Another will be deauth, so it will send deauthentication packets to the client connected to the access point, the real access point. And then next will be the control window. So this will help us to know the password. So as soon as the client connects to the fake access point and types the admin credentials, we will get the password here. So items are 0 right now. Next will be the DNS. So in the DNS we can see that DNS spoofing is going on and listening. It is on WLAN 0. So it is using google.com DNS. And the last will be a web server window. Maybe you can see a light TTP web server is started on our interface. So we'll wait till we get the client connected to our access point. So as you can see, the password is collected as roadster at 123. So without anything, we will get this password with just a twin attack. So it is also showing that DHCP IP is given to possible connected clients. So as you can see, 192.168.1.633 was the IP was given to the Android phone, I guess. And then I will show you the screenshot which I got on my Android phone while connecting to the fake access point. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to brute force a WPS pin
on a WPA2 or WPA router. So the steps will be very easy. The AirJadon framework. So let's get started. Keep in mind that this attack will only work on the routers which were bought in the year 2008 to the early 2012 because WPS vulnerability was patched by manufacturers in the later versions of routers. So if you find any old routers at your surroundings, you can crack it using brute forcing, and it might take days to crack the WPS pin using brute forcing because there are 999,999 keys of possible combination for WPS pins. Okay, so type ng check kill. We'll now type ng start WLAN0. Let's clear it. Now type cd space airjdon, enter. Now type bash airjdon.sh. So this will start the script. Press enter. So it will list down all the tools. Press enter again. Press enter again. It will check for the new version of the repository. So now type room for WLAN0 and you can see there is WPS attack and it is 8 to 1. So type 8. Type 8 and enter. And now choose brute force pin attack using bully. So type 9, otherwise you can use river or brute forcing. I will use bully. It will ask you for target base setting. So we will open a new window and type arrow dump ng WLAN0 and we'll target D-link. So I will copy the MAC address of the D-link. And we'll paste it here and press enter. Channel will be 1 and then target file will be default. So enter. So it will start with all possible pins. You can see scanning for beacon from the access point on channel 1. Since I'm targeting a newer Wi-Fi router, so it might be not be successful. But if you find an old router, you can try this attack of brute forcing. But keep in mind that it will take days to crack the WPS pin. Okay, so in this session, I will teach you how to crack the WPS pin of WP and WPA2 routers using pixie dust attack. So let's get started. So let me start the monitor mode on our external Wi-Fi router, and pixie dust attack is much more faster than the brute forcing attack. Whereas brute forcing attack can take days to complete, but Pixie dust attack is completed in 30 minutes at most. So let me start the Regeron script. Okay, from here I will choose WPS attack. So I will choose 8 and press enter. And here I will choose bully pixie dust attack. So 7th option. So type 7 and enter. Press continue. Okay, so SSID is set and channel is set to 1. Then I will choose timeout is 55 and press enter. And the capture file will be putting as root slash capture wps cracked 2.txt. Then press enter. Okay, so press enter to start the attack. With the pixie dust attack started. I'm not sure it will work or not because my router is a little bit new. So as you can see, it tried, but WPS pin was not there since my router is of newer version. Anyways, you got the idea that how to use pixie dust to crack the WPS pins of old routers. Okay, so in this session, I will show you how to do the custom pin association using Bully for the WPS attack. So let's open the Archeron script. Here you can see that 5th option is Bully custom pin association. So we type 5 and press enter. So PSSID is set to the address. Channel is set to 1 and we have typed the custom pin. I will type the custom pin as 86333398. So it is set as that, and the type value in seconds. So this is for the timeout. So I will type 78. Okay, so timeout is set to 78 seconds, and I will choose a default location for the saving of the captured pin. Press enter. So it will test the pin 86333398. Okay, excessive FC3 failures while reading next packet. We'll wait to see what happens next. Okay, so it is now showing 3-4 errors like an invalid PSSID or SSID was provided. The access point isn't on channel 1. You are on close enough to the access point. So all these 3 are invalid since the router is kind of new. So that's why this attack is not working against it. But I hope you got the idea how to do that on the old routers.